I just called my doctor because I started spotting last night, and of course with my history I am really concerned about it, and so I called to see if there was anything that we could do. I assumed that they would probably check my levels, and so she ordered lab work for me, so I'm about to go right now. And I mean, I know that spotting in early pregnancy can happen, and I know that it can be totally normal, but that just hasn't been the case for me yet. And I'm hoping that everything will be fine. I didn't want to get on here just to cry again because I feel like I've just cried a lot in the videos, but my dog wants to come inside now. But the thing is, this is what it's like. This is what it's like. So before I leave, I just wanted to say that I turned on some music and listened to a song really quick to just calm myself down and relax and remember that everything is going to be fine no matter how it turns out. Even if in the moment, if it turns out badly, it will not feel good. Everything does work together for good. I believe that. If you're going through something similar or just anything hard, music is a really great therapy, whether you need to listen to the Spice Girls and Beyonce to pump yourself up, or something spiritual to just feel like the weight is being lifted off of your shoulders. Any of that is good. So I'm gonna go get my blood drawn now. I'm a tad calmer, still upset, but at least a tad calmer, and I will catch you guys up on what my results are, which are hopefully good, but if they aren't, I will make it through, and we will make it through. Okay, so I just sat down to start putting together this video and seeing what clips I had, and I actually only have the 2 clips that you just watched. So I have a lot to kind of fill in the gaps between that and the doctor's appointment. I was fully planning on, you know, filming what happened and everything, but I just couldn't. I was so upset and angry and just everything, and so I'll just kind of start from where I left off and go from there and tell you what happened. So I went and I had my blood drawn, and then when I got back out to the car, I just had a total breakdown, and I was just so upset and begging God to not let this be like the previous ones, and I was just so scared that it was going to be. And then I came home and I waited for the phone call, and then a lady from my doctor's office called me, and she said that my numbers had gone down to 405, which on that day they should have been about 8,000, and my very first draw was 448. So 405 was less than my very first draw. Harley, go on. Go on. You can get up there. Go on. Where was I? I got the phone call from the lady from my doctor's office, and she said, you know, your numbers have gone down. They're only 405, and I'm really sorry, but you're having another miscarriage. And she said, you know, like, if you need anything, just call us back, and you can call us anytime. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I got off the phone, and I just obviously totally lost it. And Nick had a half day that day, so he came in right after I got the phone call, and he came over to the couch, and we just sat on the couch and cried and cried. I called my mom and a couple of my friends, and I just, you know, I mean, I told them like I was having another one, and, you know, my mom was like, how can this be happening? And I'm like, I don't know, you know, I'm wondering the same thing. And it was just really, really hard. And then after that, after I talked to them on the phone, I kind of became numb. And the rest of the night I was just very solemn, and I found myself staring a lot, just kind of at nothing. I wasn't staring at anything in particular, but I was just really numb, and I kind of just felt like like none of this was really happening, like, and I just was kind of not really there. And then we were getting ready for bed, and I took my nightly regimen of my pills, and it was at that point, I didn't realize at that time, I didn't realize until the next day, but it was at that point where I had a shift and I became mad. Like, I was so angry. And I don't even know who I was even angry at. Like, I was just so angry that I had done this for a year, just over a year exactly, like since my since my first miscarriage, and I could not believe, like I could not fathom that that whole year had been nothing. Like, I hadn't made any progress. I was no further than I was a year ago. And I just could not believe that after the terrible year that it was for everyone, you know, 2020, that I was going to start off 2021 the same way that I started off 2020. It was just, I still feel that. I still feel that, even though it's not real now, which I'll tell you in a second. But, oh gosh, it was just so hard. And so I thought I was gonna go back in. That was a Wednesday that I got my blood drawn. I thought I was gonna go back in on Friday to have my labs drawn again to make sure that they were going down. But on Thursday, a different lady from my office called and said, you know, like, we want you to come in on Monday so that you can have a doctor's appointment. If your numbers don't go down and instead they go up, then we'll need to, you know, do an ultrasound, and, you know, we'll need to have that appointment so that we could potentially schedule a surgery and stuff in case this isn't a miscarriage. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. So I scheduled the appointment for Monday for me to go get my labs drawn and for me to go see my doctor. And so I kept taking the progesterone until Friday, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, what? I was not connecting all of the things, and so I called my doctor and I was like, I don't need to take this progesterone anymore, right? And they were like, no, stop taking the progesterone. And I was like, okay. I was like, should I keep taking the metformin for now, or like what am I supposed to do for that? And they were like, yeah, just keep taking the metformin but stop taking the progesterone. So I was like, okay. So over the weekend the spotting stopped, and I was like, well, you know, I guess I'm gonna have to go in, and this appointment is gonna tell me that I need to be prescribed a pill so that I can make it happen, because it's not gonna happen on its own. Or maybe it is ectopic and that's why I bled a little bit, and now it's gonna go back up and then I'm gonna bleed some more, and you know, whatever. And I had my labs drawn, and then I waited an hour for my appointment. And during that hour, like, I felt like I did pretty well. Like, I had kind of, I guess, like, controlled the anger to a certain extent. Like, I didn't feel like I was just like going to go in and yell at my doctor anymore, which is what I felt like I was going to do beforehand, which I was like, that's so stupid because it's not his fault. But I had accepted it, and I was fine going to figure out whatever I was going to find out. So when she was taking my blood pressure, my labs hadn't come back at that point. So she was like, he'll be in a little bit once your labs come in. And I was like, okay. So then about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 minutes later, she came back in the room, and she was like, so you're not having any bleeding or cramping or like any kind of pain or anything? And I was like, no, like nothing happened. I was feeling a lot of cramping on that day, on Wednesday, but now like I'm just having nothing, like nothing has happened. And she was like, okay, well, he's probably gonna need to order an ultrasound because your numbers came back pretty weird. So he's probably gonna need to have an ultrasound to see what's going on. And I was like, okay. And so I continued to sit there and wait until he got around to me, and he came in and he was just like, I have no idea what is going on based on your numbers. We have to get an ultrasound because your numbers have skyrocketed since Wednesday, and I just have no idea what is going on. And I was like, so if they've skyrocketed, is that like molar pregnancy levels? And he was like, no, not really molar pregnancy levels. And he was like, and molars don't normally drop and then go back up. He was like, but ectopics don't really reach this level. They normally end before then. And I was like, so what was my level? And he said 35,000. So from Wednesday to Monday, my number had gone from 405 to 35,000, which is crazy because they only double every 48 hours. So I went out and I sat in the waiting room. And as I was sitting there, I was like, 35,000. If my numbers were this, and then they were supposed to double, 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 and so then I like multiplied it, my level on that day, if it doubled exactly, should have been 34,900. And I was like, that's right on par with where I should be if nothing happened. And then I was like, no, I cannot let myself do this. I can't sit here and create this idea in my mind that I am going to be the one person that goes and gets their levels drawn and they've dropped drastically, and then all of a sudden just like everything is like miraculously okay. Like I cannot sit here and entertain that idea even though I want to. So I go into the bathroom, and when I'm in there, I'm just like, okay, God, like if this is supposed to be a miracle, like please let it be one. Like I will gladly accept it. But also like I am fully prepared to go in there and need to schedule a surgery because it's ectopic, because it had gone back up, or, you know, need to schedule radiation or chemotherapy or whatever it is for a molar pregnancy. You know, if that's what it is and it's just lower levels for that. And she kind of asked me what was going on, and I explained it. And she was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna put confirm / ectopic question mark. And I was like, okay. So I laid down and she's checking around and she says, well, I see a baby with a heartbeat. And I was like, what? Really? Can I see it? Like, I mean, I'm crying now, like, just because, like, I mean, obviously emotions and obviously everything, but at that moment, like, I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, this is not real. Like, I am fully losing my mind. Like, I'm creating this thing in my mind. Like, I just could not even believe that she said that. And so, like, I didn't cry. I literally said the words. I said, what? Really? Can I see it? Like, I was just like, what? And she was like, yeah, just let me take my pictures that I need to get, and then I will turn this around so that you can see it. So she took all the pictures she needed, and then she turned it around and she let me see this tiny little bean that had a flickering heartbeat. And yeah, so then I was like, am I gonna get pictures? And she was like, yeah, I'll print you off some. And then I was like, you're gonna give me my first pictures? Like, I was like so stupid. But she gave me the pictures and I was just in total disbelief. And I had been messaging Nick up until that point, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't text him like, hey, just wanted to let you know. like I can't text you now. So I was like, hey, I'm I'm okay, but it's kind of hard to explain what's going on over text, so just call me whenever you get done with work. So he ended up calling me after work just over the phone, and I had to tell him over the phone, and I was like, well, I mean, this is what it is. But I went back in, like I went back out and I sat in my waiting room again, and they called me back, and the nurses back there were crying, and they were like, this is a miracle baby from God, you know, like, and my doctor, I kid you not, was across the room, and when he saw me walk back, he was like, woo, like, it was so funny, like, everyone was so excited. My doctor came in, and he said he has never seen that ever happen. He's like, I have no idea what happened. He's like, he goes, this is a miracle. Like, he's like, praise God, this is a miracle. Like, I've never seen this happen. And yeah, so I was measuring perfectly. I was supposed to be 6 weeks and 2 days on that day, and the baby was measuring 6 weeks and 2 days, and the heartbeat was 121 beats per minute. And so it was all just fine and normal. So this is little baby, 6 weeks and 2 days. It looks like a tiny squirrel, I think, honestly, because this is the yolk sac here. That little thing that looks like a tail, that's the yolk sac. But yeah, so after all of that, that was the biggest miscarriage scare. I mean, they literally told me I was having one, and then the numbers don't lie. Like, it said that I was going down, so I don't know what happened. Truly, I don't. That's all of it. That's where it is. 6 weeks and 2 days. Everything is fine. I'm still in disbelief. I'm no longer 6 weeks and 2 days now, but I'm still in disbelief that whole situation even happened. And yeah, just really excited and feeling really, really blessed because I am the exception to the rule right now. And I don't know how or what I did to deserve that. And I will say, like, I'm still very scared. I was scared in the beginning. And now, you know, this happened. And so I am, you know, really anxious about what is to come. But, yeah, I am so excited. I'm so excited that things are still going well. And I honestly don't know how much of this pregnancy I will film. I don't know what I'll film and what I'll share because I was just filming these things because I felt like I didn't know a lot of people that were going through it right now at this moment. And so I felt like if I didn't know a lot of people, then that means other people don't know a lot of people, and I was comfortable talking about it. And so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna share. But that was my trying to conceive journey, that was my miscarriages, and all of that. And so I don't know if I will transition into sharing about this. I guess, I mean, I don't really get a lot of comments or anything. There are several people that are watching my videos, which is so weird to me. I guess if you want to comment and you want me to share, then I mean, I guess let me know. Or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram, you know, like, I guess if you follow me there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep sharing or not, but that is where we're at, 6 weeks and 2 days. And I just want to say to all of you that are out there still trying, truly, truly my heart goes out to you, because I know how difficult it is. And I know how difficult it is to keep your mindset positive, but keep the faith, keep trying. and move forward with however you need to move forward. But yeah, so thank you guys for being here and for sharing all of this with me, and also for being such a huge support during all of this that has been happening. So bye guys.